Okay, I'd like to introduce our next talk now, which is Alice Jardine, one of our interns, who's going to talk to you about the work she did at identifying potential badger set locations. That's somewhere.
Right, I think that's okay. Hi everyone, I'm Alice. I'm a second year undergraduate geographer, so I do like ecology, I promise. I'm not an imposter in every way. And I did something called a micro-internship with TVERC in December of last year. So a bit about what that actually is. It's run by Oxford University. It's a 2 to 5 day long kind of volunteering thing. And the way they market it to us as students is about career opportunities and that kind of thing. And that big the network word that I keep hearing all the time at the moment. But for me personally, I did it because, you know, it's an incredibly interesting thing. And just getting involved with this kind of thing in the local community is equally important. What it was actually about, though, with TVERC was using current data that's been collected by a variety of groups, such as Road Lab and Berks Badger, to try and predict where there could be potential sets. And I used a piece of software called QGIS, which effectively you make layers with data to then create kind of a species distribution model as to where you would expect to find certain things. So these are a couple of plots. I appreciate you can't see them very well. They're mainly to show that there's a pretty wide coverage of data over Berkshire. And the method I used was primarily based on distance analysis. So where are the current sets that we know? Where are the sightings? What's the distance between them? And therefore, is that badger associated with that set, or is there something that we don't know? Obviously, throughout the year, the distance badgers move from the set do change. So I primarily focused on the winter months where they don't move that far, which then means you can condense it down and have greater confidence in what you come up with. I also added on kind of other layers, including woodlands, slopes, soil types, all the things that badgers kind of need to have their sets in the right place. There's further extensions of this. I think we've already touched upon kind of the controversy around badgers. But if you're trying to, if you have a voluntary organization, where's the best places for you to go and look for badgers? Potentially onto these maps, you could plot things like cattle farms, et cetera, to develop that even further. So these are the results I found. I'm not from Berkshire, so this doesn't mean that much to me, but there was a large cluster kind of found around here. But these ones over here, there weren't any sets attached at all. There were a few around there. But as you can see, there's potentially plenty of scope for future investigation. This was only a week-long project, so I'm sure there's more that can be done. I was also kind of thinking, as I was doing this, about data and about data collection and how we could extend that. And a few things I don't know if anyone's used Waze as an app to get anywhere. And it's got a really cool feature where you can say that there's some car broken down on the side of the road. What if there was a feature to say that you saw a badger on the side of the road? You know, that kind of thing you could integrate quite, maybe not easily, but you could integrate it potentially into apps and that kind of thing. And I won't go through all of these, but also apps like EpiCollect. I don't know if anyone's used that. I've heard about iNaturalist today, but these apps and that kind of thing, for me, I've used them at university and I find them really quite user-friendly. And it's in many ways better than a website, I would say. But again, just ideas. This is it's not a completed thing, but that was pretty much everything for me. So if anyone has any questions, either now or feel free to email me on that. Thank you.